We've all got used to virtual meetings, but too many people still treat these online opportunities like casual internal check ins. And when your setup and presence and focus feel sloppy on screen, your message pays the price. Let's have ourselves a pocket sized pep talk, and I'll show you how preparation, positioning, and performance can instantly elevate every client conversation.
A Pocket Sized Pep Talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
We haven't just adjusted to the new reality of virtual presentations and communication. We've kicked it into a whole new gear. We want to be there for our clients, and more often than not, that's accomplished virtually. There's a big difference between inter-office virtual meetings and presentations and the new way we have to communicate virtually. You're going to have to make a number of adjustments in how you communicate. And for the sake of this podcast, I'll focus on what I call the 3 P's of virtual communication. Preparation. Your online can be as grainy as you'd like when communicating with your coworkers, but this is mostly due to poor lighting and unstable connection. If you're trying to put your best foot forward with your presentations and your customers, you're going to need to step up your game. If you want to get rid of the graininess, improve your lighting. That can be as simple as putting a lamp or two in front of you, or go online and order some lights that clamp onto your desk. As for the unstable connection, try and run an Ethernet cable from your router directly into your laptop or computer. And if that isn't possible, at least try changing locations to find a strong signal within your home or office. But there's one last point regarding preparation. I understand there's a microphone located in everybody's laptop. But when it comes to virtual presentations and really stepping up your communication, audio's king. You don't want your potential client or clients to think you're communicating from your garage or from a tin can. A microphone or a headset with a microphone are inexpensive purchases and will serve you well. All right, the second P, positioning. When you're on an internal call, feel free to mute yourself and have a bowl of Cheerios. But with a client or delivering a presentation, you're going to want to look your very best. To begin with, you need to move your webcam up to eye level. You don't need to have to sit back, stand up, or you don't need to have a sit-stand desk to pull this off. A couple of big books will do the trick to help elevate your screen. And now you can look your client right in the eye. And please remember, your client's eyes are not in the middle of your screen, but where the actual webcam is. There's no need getting into a staring contest, but when you want to make a point that requires you to look in your client's eye, remember that eye is your webcam. And I'm going to have another podcast following this one that's going to be dedicated right to that webcam. Now, there's another important point regarding positioning. Feel free to have your laundry basket and yesterday's lunch positioned behind you for an internal call, but that won't work with a presentation. Move to a location without clutter behind you, or declutter what's behind you if you can't change locations. If necessary, you might want to invest in a backdrop to reduce any chance of distractions between you and your clients. All right, the final P is performance. Finally, it's go time. And that means it's time to focus on that presentation or your client. Don't just mute your phone, turn it off. That goes for all apps as well. I know you think you can multitask, but once again, you're confusing internal conversations with external conversations. With those internal conversations, you can turn your camera off and sound off and vacuum and cook breakfast if you like. For the calls with your clients or your presentations, stay focused on one thing, the conversation you're having. It's almost comical watching those that I coach when they're trying to get away with multitasking. It starts with the vacant stare and the expressionless face and ends with a confused response when I call them back for their multitasking trip with a question. Want to really show your client you're listening and engaged, or that your audience that you're all in? Sit on the front third of your chair. Lean in when you're making a key point. It's a great way to show everybody, non-verbally, that what he or she has to say is important and what you have to say is important. Virtual communication is here to stay. It's not always the words we use, but how we say those words that matter the most. Focus on the 3 P's for those virtual communications with the outside world, whether it's a presentation or a client. And remember, preparation, positioning, and performance. If you do those 3 things, your words will take on a whole new level of meeting with your client, and you'll truly be there virtually for everybody.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.